we're taught, Chris, to, get a job, save money, save 10% of what we earn. And we're taught to do that in a qualified plan that's controlled by the government, taxed by the government, rules by the government, and set up for the government, the banks, and Wall Street to win. So, and we're taught to look at rate of return. Well, let me tell you the rate of return over the last 10 years in this vehicle. And what I was thinking when you were telling that story is, what was your student in Chicago's rate of return on that? And exactly. You know what the answer is, Chris? Who cares? It's a lot.
Who cares is even better.
Yeah. It's a lot. And, I tell stories about that with buying businesses and using infinite banking concept to buy businesses and cash flow systems and everything else. And then I say, what's my rate of return? And I sometimes say, what's my rate of return on the insurance contract during that period of time? And you know what the answer is? Who cares?
Right.
Because it's what I'm doing with the money. And then if I can create cash flow, if I can create all of these different things and all of these different buckets, then I'm a lot more secure. So were you ever kind of in that herd of like investing in Wall Street, that this was, or were you always a real estate guy?
All right, well, two answers. I always hated Wall Street. No offense to anyone that is listening, but I just always did. I can remember in college saying to friends, look, you can have a stock go to zero. I cannot ever have a property go to zero. It can't happen unless I foolishly didn't insure it and then it blew up and, something crazy, but no, it can't go to zero. So I was never a fan of Wall Street. Was I a proponent of, I got to go borrow or I got to go put my own money down to buy a property? Yeah, I thought that's what you did. After all those years, as many homes as I've sold back when I was a realtor and a builder and all the other things I did. But yeah, I call it the new way, Jim, because the old way was that, but the old way was also, and I'm very grateful for all the paydays I got all those years, but the fact is they were one payday deals. You build a house, you get paid. You sell a house, you get paid. You flip a house, you get paid. We have 3 paydays now. And that's the new way of real estate. That's get off the treadmill and create some wealth. Payday now, payday over time, and payday long term. That's what we created.
Let's dive into that. But let's start with in the beginning. Explain to people what buying real estate on terms means.
Sure. So on terms for us means, because it can mean a lot of things, is the lease purchase example I gave you is one way. The second way is owner financing. Now, I know that's broad, so I'll niche it down even more. We only focus for owner financing on homes that are free and clear. About a third of the properties in the United States are free and clear. That's unbeknownst to most people. So guess what? Those people aren't stressed financially, right? They don't owe any money. So by nature, they're probably not stressed financially. And so those are great long-term plays you can do. And here's how we do them. We buy your house if it's free and clear. We don't have any problem giving you your price or a premium. My own building, I'm not in it today, I'm at home, but my own office building was bought this way. We pay monthly principal only payments. Think about that for a second. No interest. So you're hammering down principal, great recession hedge and great security hedge. So we owner financing, free and clear properties only. That's the second way as far as buying on terms. And third is subject to existing financing. Opposite of the free and clear person who's not stressed. A subject to, it means I'm going to buy your home. You have a loan on it. You might be stressed. You might need debt relief. I'm going to buy your home. The loan's staying in your name, but I'm going to pay it. So when I said we control $80 million in real estate, about a third of those type of loans, I'm not on any of them. They're in the seller's name, but I own the house and I'm paying the monthly because it's getting covered. Those are 3 ways we buy on terms: subject to existing financing, owner financing, and lease purchase.
And that's awesome because, if you only have one strategy, then you have to find people that fit into that one strategy. And if they don't like it, then you're out, right? So it's kind of like, I try to explain for businesses or real estate portfolios is if I pay you over 20 years at say 5% interest or 8% interest, I honestly almost don't care, is what's your cash flow look like versus I write you a check for everything and then you go put it in Wall Street, which is what people tell me they're going to do with it, right? They didn't build their wealth in Wall Street, but they think that that's where they should hold it. And that's for another show. But I show them where their cash flow is like 2 to 3 times what it would be off of, just having the money sitting in Wall Street. But those strategies to have 3 different arrows in your quiver I think is really cool and unique, because a lot of times people come on and they say, we do this, right? Now that's cool, but that makes your marketing or finding the properties harder. And I assume that just like everything in real estate, finding the deals is the trick.
Yeah. Okay. So couple good things you said there. Pointed things you said there. Finding the deals is the harder piece. Filling them is easy in our niche. And to your point about having 3 different things, it's also good not just for the type of leads that come in, Jim, but it's also good to pivot in different markets. So right now, is it a hot market for like a for sale by owner selling their own home? Yeah, they're dealing with a small segment of the market that can get financing, but it is a hot market. So is that a pond we'll fish in now for a certain strategy? No, we'll really go now and look for people who are in dire straits because they did a forbearance with COVID and they can't get out of it, or they were on the market and couldn't sell for some reason. Like there's just different ways to pivot because we have the 3 strategies, and the market will dictate sometimes as well as the seller situation.